Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys. Sadly, I'm trying to get hair out of my fucking face. Um, Today we are back with another action figure review. I can't exactly remember what Elite series this is, so, sorry I don't mention it in the video. More than likely will be in the title of the figure review. Obviously, today we've got an Elite Shinsuke Nakamura. This is somewhat close to what he's been wearing modern day wise. Of course, it doesn't have the sleeves and stuff like that, but we're going to be getting a more updated Shinsuke here soon. So, I'm very excited to have this in hand. Of course, I don't have the Chase variant to this either. I do have a couple of other Shinsuke Nakamuras though, but I guess you could say that's kind of besides the point. I bought this loose from Wrestling Collector Shop, and he didn't come with his other set of hands, but he did come with the beautiful updated Intercontinental Championship. Kind of forgot to have this sitting in the ring with him. Oh, I have this upside down. That's okay though. Still a really beautiful looking championship. Of course, not the white strapped Intercontinental Championship, but I digress, as Taz would say. Getting into the figure itself, of course, this is based off of a Survivor Series that he was a part of. I want to say, like Team SmackDown, obviously, with the SD on his armband. I just can't remember what year this is from. He kind of has a little bit of a hard time standing. That lean back is also crazy, too. I can't front. But honestly, after playing around with this figure off camera, because I did play around with this figure a little bit off camera, he does pose around pretty well. Just a little hard to stand. And I think that's kind of like my only complaint with this, really. The torso, like, choice is pretty decent for Shinsuke, I'd say. Don't like how it chips on the lower half of the torso and the skin tone area. Obviously, as you can see right there, that's from me, like, fucking around with it, because it was all clean when I opened this up out of the package when I got my Roman Reigns Ultimate Edition. So, you'll definitely see that figure review as it is actually up on the channel right now before you see this, as might have a little something planned for Shinsuke on the pay-per-view, so you definitely won't be seeing this review until that episode, or that part comes up. But getting into the rest of this figure though, besides the blue on the front, he does have the blue running back onto the back side of the figure. Black stripes, I guess you could say, going down the sides of the attire. He's got a black belt. Black wrist tape, nothing too fancy there, nothing with jewels on it or whatever. He didn't come with no fancy entrance jacket or anything of that nature. All around though, I'd say this is a pretty solid Shinsuke. The head scan, it's pretty alright. It looks enough like Shinsuke where I'm not confused. But I also don't really care for how I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. I'm trying to get it to focus for you guys. Can you see that little seam where the hair didn't get put on exactly correctly? It's kind of a little off-putting, but I can work with it. It doesn't bother me too terribly, especially when I'm not looking up close at it. Overall, this figure is pretty solid. If I got all the accessories with it, what would I give this figure? I'd say maybe a good solid 7 out of 10. The chipping on the torso kind of bugs me a little bit, so not the biggest fan of that, and I can only imagine the Chase variant will do the same thing. Kind of makes me a little concerned for the more up-to-date modern Shinsuke we'll be getting in, what is it, Elite 109 or Elite 108? With the little blonde streak in his hair and stuff like that, but I don't know. For now, as a pick-fed Shinsuke, I think this will do the job until we get the new updated Shinsuke. And honestly, with that being said though, because I didn't get all the hands and stuff like that, I think we'll give him a good solid 6.5 out of 10. It's still a really damn solid figure. I have other Shinsuke's for the hands, I guess you could say, so it's not like the biggest ordeal. But something to kind of note, I guess you could say, but that's for my own personal score. Obviously, if you have this figure complete, you can kind of score it how you will. But with me giving it a 6.5, I'd say probably like a good solid 3 out of 5 stars would do this figure some solid justice. I don't know. I hope maybe you guys are just as excited for that new Shinsuke as I am. I just also hope that with that new Shinsuke, they don't give him pinless, like jointed legs. It's kind of a bothersome dealing with the, will it get loose over time? Will it not? Will I be able to fix it over time? Will I not? I don't know, like, there's a partial reason why I wrote R-Truth off of TV, and that's just because that like skinny jean leg mold that he's got kind of sucks. Oh boy. And yet again, I'm forced to lose my train of thought. Dad just randomly came into the room for no reason. Literally didn't like give me a reason, just knocked on my door and came in. Didn't tell him he could come in or anything. It's whatever. Kind of just random as shit, and now I don't know what the fuck I was gonna say. So honestly, I guess we'll just wrap the video up here. If you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, well, sorry, I guess. But if you did like the video, feel free to go check out some of my other action figure content, such as action figure reviews. I also do a pick fed if you weren't really paying attention to me talking about it during the action figure review. And I also do action figure unboxings. Kinda got one in the works over here. But with that being said though, if you guys could do a big favor on my end, I guess you could say, we're on the road to 200 subscribers, currently sitting at 177 as of recording this. It could be higher, could be lower once this does actually officially release. Same thing with another video I kind of have in the works that you probably won't see until after this one goes up, which is kind of a funny thing to think about. But that's just kind of the fucky thing about scheduling this shit. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, trying to get to 200 subscribers, we're fairly close to it. We're only about like 23-ish subscribers away. So feel free to share this around with whoever. Feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe. I'm not charging you nothing. YouTube ain't charging you nothing. And the day YouTube does start charging you something to subscribe to a simple YouTube channel, gonna be a little devastated. But with that being said, I have nothing else to say other than feel free to also go follow my Instagram account under the same name to get maybe I guess you could say like early scene like shots of the pick fed or whatever the hell you want to call it. I say behind the scenes look, even though it's not nothing that isn't going to be released on YouTube. So I don't know, maybe it still correlates, maybe I'm just dumb and not really thinking about it. Anywho, on that note, if you want to go over there, do that. But on that note, have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, night, whatever time of day you are watching this, because I'm not in your time zone, fucker. And on that note, we are out of here. Peace out, yo.